Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Cassandra Garcia.
And I'm Michelle Frizzalone. One person is dead and another comes away with severe burns after an early morning fire in an apartment complex.
Just before 4:30, the Abilene Fire Department responded to a call at the Anson Park Apartments on 2934 Old Anson Road. A 51-year-old man who fire officials are not naming at this time barely made it out alive. A 55-year-old woman and a family dog both died. Firefighters have ruled that fire accidental. So now we turn to K-Texas reporter Brittany Molinar. She has the facts on this devastating fire. And Brittany, firefighters say the fire could have easily been prevented. Is that right?
That's exactly what they're saying, Cassandra. This was actually the second time in just a couple of days that the Abilene Fire Department made a visit to this exact location for a fire started by cigarettes. Unfortunately, the outcome of this trip was not as good.
Don't know if the occupant fell asleep with a cigarette or exactly what the circumstances were there, but it was careless smoking, and apparently this was the same cause.
It was just last Thursday when the fire department was removing a burnt mattress from this exact apartment. But this morning when they arrived, the scene was much worse.
At least one of the occupants was in the living room at the time of the fire, and the male was just barely able to escape. I mean, just barely escaped the fire, and then the female victim was not.
The man had severe burns on his head and back and was flown to a Lubbock burn center. Lieutenant Greg Gotch says fire detectors woke up neighbors of the victims. They helped the man before emergency crews got there and also evacuated and notified others.
The rest of the building was evacuated, but there were no other injuries and no real direct fire damage to those other units.
And careless smoking is something that fire department has been having to deal with. It's actually worse right now because our vegetation is dormant, which is why they say it is extremely important that if you are a smoker to make sure that you put out and discard your cigarette properly.